Welcome back to What's Hot, What's Not, CRE, your daily pulse on commercial real estate in America. I'm your host, Rachel. It's Friday, February 20th, 2026, and we're closing out the week with a big topic. Today, we're following the money. We're looking at the investor outlook for the year and asking that critical question: where's the smart money moving right now? Let's jump right into what's hot. And folks, if there's one sector that's not just hot, but absolutely scorching, it's data centers. They remain the undisputed winner in the asset class race. We're seeing some staggering sentiment here. A recent survey shows 95% of global investors plan to increase their spending on data centers this year. 95%. That's about as close to a consensus as you can get in this business. The driver, of course, is the relentless, explosive demand for AI infrastructure. It is completely off the charts. Every major tech company is in an arms race for computing power, and that power lives in these buildings. Because of this, leasing activity is not just strong, it's expected to hit all-time highs in 2026. But here's the new angle, the real constraint: power. It's no longer just about finding a plot of land. Power access is the new land grab. We're seeing investors bypass traditional real estate metrics and focus almost exclusively on grid connectivity. Sites with 20 to 60 megawatt capacity are becoming prime strategic assets, akin to beachfront property a generation ago. If you have land with power, you have gold. Next up, and no surprise here, industrial and logistics stay strong. This isn't just the echo of the pandemic boom, it's a new phase. We're seeing a significant e-commerce resurgence after a couple of years of consolidation, but it's also being bolstered by two other massive trends. First, defense sector demand. Global instability is driving significant onshoring of critical manufacturing for defense contractors. And second, the broader reshoring trend, which is boosting manufacturing leases all across the Southeast and the Central U.S. The most interesting play here is what the market is calling mixed-use industrial. Single sites that can accommodate logistics, data storage, and even light urban services. It's about creating maximum utility and flexibility on a single industrial parcel. Now for our third hot category. And this one is more on the finance side of the house: private credit. It is absolutely having a moment. As traditional banks pull back on CRE lending due to regulatory pressure and the lower risk appetite, a massive opportunity has opened up. Consider this: there are over $2 trillion in commercial real estate loans maturing by 2030. Many of these loans were originated in a near-zero interest rate environment. They are now facing huge refinancing gaps. A property that penciled at a 3% interest rate just doesn't work at 7%. This is where private lenders are stepping in, providing the necessary transitional capital at attractive spreads. They are the liquidity the market desperately needs right now, and this all adds up to a surprisingly optimistic macro picture. Overall, CRE investment is expected to be up about 16% this year, to around $562 billion in 2026. That's getting very close to pre-pandemic levels. The sentiment is there, with 95% of investors planning to buy as much or even more real estate than they did last year. The capital is back on the field, but it's not playing everywhere. Which brings us to what's not. And the biggest story here continues to be office. Specifically, office located outside prime, central business districts remains, frankly, dead money. Suburban and Class B office assets are still struggling with crippling vacancy rates and the ever-present risk of obsolescence. Tenants want new, they want green, they want amenities, and these older buildings just can't compete without immense capital investment that the numbers just don't support. And that wraps up the week for us here at What's Hot, What's Not, CRE. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. For more insights and to join our community, visit hotnotcre.com to learn more and subscribe to our newsletter.